Have you played Warmachine recently? Hello, welcome to Meta Clarity Report, a series of episodes where we go together through the most recent events and see what's popular, what's working, what's winning the events, to see what's top on the meta, to see what's doing great. Last episode was over 2 weeks ago, so we had plenty of events to go through. Obviously, I cannot go through all of them one by one, so I'll just mention there were 43 events that gathered over 440 players all around the world. So many big events also happened, a couple of Iron Gauntlet Qualifiers, a huge event in Belgium, a great tournament in Italy, and a sneaky little tiny Brawlmachine tournament for 50 points in USA. So that's at the end. Let's first go through Game Universe Iron Gauntlet Qualifier in Wisconsin. It gathered 23 players, and the winner was Sefer with Old Ombre. He took Bogdan and Galina. As always, you can see the lists on the side while be going through the list. And he played 4 games of Bogdan and just 1 game of Galina. In his Bogdan list, he had Feral, a Primeval, Starved, and Colden, Urson Champion, a Vorone, of course, a Totem, a unit of Chosen, Hunters, 2 units of Ursons, and the Hounds. An interesting Bogdan list with 3 heavy Warbeasts and some infantry units and a unit of Chosen. A beautiful unit that I haven't seen too often on the table, but I believe it's gaining popularity recently after the update. And his second list, he had 5 heavy Warbeasts, 2 character Warbeasts, a unit of Chosen again. That's great to see, and with Galina they are pretty hard to kill with defense 16. 2 units of Goats, they are even more annoying with Galina, and the units of Hounds, of course. And the second place went to Ryan. I will not be going through their list, you just can see them on the side. He took Agathon and played 2 games of Agathon, and played also 3 games of Zateroth. And then third place went to Mar. He played 4 games of Seraphel and just 1 game of Helith. You can pause if you want to see the list. And Robert, what he's done here, he played 3 games of Huxley and I suppose 2 games of Calder because their last round didn't have the Warcaster selected. But just check out this Huxley list here. He had 6 heavy Warjacks. I don't know how it worked on the table. He played 3 games and placed 4, so I suppose it worked for him very well. I'm not going to try it. 6 heavies to me is just a little too much, but damn, it's interesting, isn't it? So that was a Iron Gauntlet Qualifier in Wisconsin. 23 players. Well done, guys. And they played 5 rounds in 1 day. Can you imagine that, playing 5 rounds? Then there was a really interesting tournament in Florence in Italy with 2 players that haven't lost a single game. So Simo Felix played 3 games of Kishtar and 9 games of Oryx. The Oryx was his second list, and in Kishtar he had Azrak, 2 Tyrants, a Keeper, 2 Reaver Commanders, 2 Rion Vanek, 2 Vulkars, 2 Rocks, and 2 units of Warwitch Coven. And very often I see 2 units of Rocks in Orgoth lists. I believe they are doing very well in current Steamroller. You'll see further that some other players also included 2 units of Rocks in both of their lists. So that might be an indication of this unit being really good in this Steamroller 2026. And second place, due to strength of schedule, also unbeaten, Andrea Ambrosano. Played 2 games of Calder and just 1 game of Kane. In his Calder list, he had 3 Strikers, 2 Officers, a Zephyr, 2 units of Storm Lances, 2 units of Storm Guards, a Tempest Assailers and Tempest Thunderers. I'm pretty curious what made Andrea to put Tempest Thunderers in his list. I'm really curious how it worked for you. To me it seems that you just decided to put them and see how the unit worked. So if you're watching the video, let us know in the comments below how the unit worked for you, because that's a pretty unusual, unorthodox choice in Calder's list. Normally we see more infantry at the expense of Warjacks, Normally we see more infantry, and maybe Black 13 for 9 points. And that's the first time I'm seeing Tempest Thunderers, so yeah, I'm really interested in what convinced you to take them. In Kane's list, Andrea took Courser, a Deuce of course, Falk, Ares, Kruger, so a lot of power solos, 2 officers, Magnus and Invictus, a unit of Arcane Mechanics, 2 units of Storm Lances of course, and Black 13. It's not the first time I'm seeing Ares in Kane's list. So if you're taking Ares with your Kane, tell me how is it working for you, what convinced you to take this solo. Ares definitely is increasing this caster kill capabilities of the list and makes the enemy warcaster even more scared while playing against Kane. Looks like it's really popular and it's working for people. Another tournament in United States, also a Iron Gauntlet Qualifier. That was a Rocky Mountain Rumble in Colorado that gathered 24 players. And the winner, 4 games of Kane, Brandon Owens. Very interesting and very powerful Kane list in Gravediggers this time. So stay with me and let's go through the list. We'll not be focusing on Husker list, it was more heavy warjacks oriented. You can see it right there, just you wanna have a glimpse on how it looked. And now let's go to the Kane list. So Brandon took a Deuce, Carver and Warboar, Ailish, Ares, a Boomhauler, 4 heavy machine guns, gun mages, a unit of rangers, unit of veins, unit of Black 13 and roadies. You can see that there are a lot of models that are making Kane hitting harder and surviving more and being even more dangerous. Brandon on a Warmachine Discord indicated that the Warboar brings better shooting than Invictus. It also brings eyeless sight and a pretty decent melee potential. And Carver with Quagmire and Torment brings some flexibility and useful techs you can use in your game. For example, you can cast Quagmire on Ares and then you have a 16 defense solo with 7 speed and reposition 3 that you can reposition into enemy lines and block an important model from moving away, because you cannot move away when you're base-to-base contact. I see why Brandon is bringing the Carver to Kane's list, and actually that's one of the lists that makes me want to play Kane in Gravediggers, and me as a Gravedigger player also, I'm thinking about taking this to this weekend's tournament, so yeah, we'll see. Brandon played all 4 games with Kane and won all of them, and in the final he faced Alex Cosma, who played Firequill, 3 games of Firequill and 1 game of Shadow Tongue, and I'm speaking about that because I'm playing also Rhinebloods, and I'm very interested in seeing what he brought here, because here I can see that he brought a Abyssal King with a pretty standard loadout, and a Reef Troll, a Vorogre of course, a Booty Boss, 2 Fire Guardians, and 4 Pig Cannons. Guys, 4 Pig Cannons, this is not Gravediggers with their heavy machine guns, just 4 Pig Cannons, and with Firequill's feet, they are threatening really far, and they are dealing a lot of damage. They're knocking down models or slamming them, so you can potentially get another die. So that would be what, 4 dice on damage. So that's very interesting, and I actually might try it one day too. And that's not the only Firequill list with so many pig cannons, so there might be something. If you're playing Brinebloods, give it a go, let's try. I haven't been playing those models in the previous season, so this season they seem to be very interesting. And also he had 2 Pig Dirges, of course the Brothers, Marauders with Bosun, a Pig Gully Crew, a unit of Shockers, and I'm not too shocked to see them in Firequill's list, because they have Disruption, they have another die on damage on their Firequill's feet, they have Ambush also. So in general, they're very interesting units, something unusual to see on the table. So that were the 3 events already. So we had 2 Iron Gauntlet Qualifiers in United States and 1 bigger event in Italy. Guys, I almost missed this event. and had to record this the next day in the morning. So before we continue, let's stop here for a second, and there's another Iron Gauntlet qualifier that happened in South Carolina for 28 players. It was in with the new, organized by Corey Massey, and there is something unusual here, but before we go to the winner, the second place was taken by Aubrey Linen, that played 5 games of Shadow Tongue. Here you can see the list on the side, 0 games of Firequill, so let's just stop for a second for the list of Shadow Tongue. He had Deepborn, Dire Troll, The Old One, Reef Troll, a Vorogre, 2 Booty Bosses, a Stormjoe, a Moriarty of course, 2 Surgeons, so he is focusing on resurrecting the infantry, so the unit of Brothers, and 2 units of Marauder crew with Bossins, so the units that he was probably reviving, a Pig Gully crew to control the amount of fury the War Beasts generate, 2 units of Marauders and Brothers, and 2 Surgeons to revive constantly the models. A cool Shadow Tongue list with a lot of infantry that can be revived, 3 heavy War Beasts, hard hitting, interesting if you're playing Brine Bloods, you want to play Shadow Tongue, check this list out. And the list that I'm the most excited about, Mooney World Traveler played 5 games of, guys, Makeda, Army of the Western Reaches, a Scorn Legacy army. He didn't play any game of Zadesh, so let's focus on Makeda list. So under Makeda he had a Krea and a Cyclops Brute, an attachment to Makeda, Optimus Market, a Nostila with Aberration, so the newest addition to Legacy armies, 2 Wheel Breakers, a Tyrant Radim, Legends of Halak, the character unit, the Pain Givers, 2 units of Ferox, so the cavalry on Tigers, 3 Praetorian Karax units, and a Praetorian Keltari unit. I need to check what Makeda was doing. So all those that play previous editions probably remember, but Makeda is able to keep her models alive by spending 1 Fury. When a friendly model is disabled within 10 inches from her, she can spend 1 Fury and make this model heal 1 point. Her feat is increasing accuracy by boosting the attack roll and keeping her model immune to knockdowns. She has an interesting spell list, and in the right hands I believe this list can be very powerful, and yeah, Moni won 5 games not without a reason. Keep an eye on Army of the Western Reaches, it might be popular again. If you have a Scorn army, take it a second look, you might want to try it. And then there is the big sweet chocolate bomb from Belgium, 50 players participating in 11 events in total. There was an invitational final for top 8 players that you qualified during the whole weekend from Friday to Saturday night. So if you won an event, you qualify for the invitational. So all the players that you see here in front of my face right now won an event. So all the lists are super interesting. We will not be going through all 8 of them. Let's focus just on the winners list, Sphere. But a big shout out to everyone who qualified. There are 4 French players that qualified because 3 of them qualified through the team event. So well done, guys. 2 British players, 1 Norwegian and 1 Belgian. So the 8th place went to Abaddon from France. He played 1 game of Bogdan and 2 games of Morozov. The 7th place went to a French player, Lionel Le Barban, 3 games of Lilith. The 6th place went to Jamie Kitchen Table legend Perkins. He played also 3 games of Lilith, and he qualified through the hardcore event that happened in the late evening on Saturday. So that was a 75 points event with special rules. So go check this event if you're interested in how the 75 point list can look like if you're participating in a hardcore event. The 5th place went to French player John McForrester, 2 games of Firequill and 1 game of Boomhowler. Another interesting Brine Bloods list. So I'm really happy to see Brine Bloods also doing very well. I will give them a better look, and I still haven't decided what I'm bringing this weekend for an event, the Gravediggers for Brine Bloods. I'm still waiting for Thunderhead to play Storm Legion. So this Firequill list, or the previous of Alex, might have convinced me to take Brine Bloods to the event. So 4th place went to Quentin Sula, playing Crucible Guard. So yeah, congratulations Quentin on placing 4th, winning 2 games and just being outside the top 3 due to his strength of schedule. Very well played. Quentin played 3 games of Gerhard and none games of Silvestro. So if you want to see the Gerhard list, it is right on the side. So I'm very happy to see the Legacy Army Crucible that were just refreshed to be doing so well. And of course, and Quentin is a top French player, so I'm not surprised to see him in a top 8. Well done, dude. Congratulations to you. On the 3rd place, we see Fraser, only Rasic, spoiler alert, McFertridge, playing 3 games of Rasic in the finals. I'm curious if he played any games of other Warlocks throughout the weekend, but in the top 8 finale he played 3 games of Rasic. Well done. The 2nd place went to Lawrence Tangai, 3 games of Tyrus, no games of Heleth in the top 8. And he lost to Sfere in the final. Sfere played 2 games of Sabareth and just 1 game of Butcher. So let's go through the Norwegians player list. Very well done. Congratulations to the big winner of the huge event. I wonder how many games those players played over the weekend. That might be a substantial number. Okay, so let's go through the list. Sabareth. He had 2 Shackles, or Jackals, 2 Tyrants, a Korovnik, Magnus and Invictus, a Reaver Commander, 2 Rogues. Again, as you can see, there's a pattern here. A unit of Execrators, Barragers and Warwitch Coven. I played against a very similar list recently, and I must tell you, those Rogues are annoying on the flanks. I really see why people are taking them. And Sabareth is a really powerful Orgoth Warcaster that kept Perdition, so still threats very far. Her spell list is just incredible. Every spell on her card is very useful and has its own place in her list. So I'm not surprised that top Orgoth players are taking her into the pair. And a Butcher. Sfere used to play Butcher before. Now he's still playing Butcher, that he got, I believe, buffed in the changes. He took Azrak, a big 80mm based model with the huge wings and a big flame from his mouth. He took a Shackle, then a Korovnik, Magnus and Invictus, so another model on 80mm base, 2 Reaver Commanders, a Revenant Champion, a Vulkar, 2 units of Rocks, again, Execrators as well, Barragers and Warwitch Coven, so very similar second part of the list. Execrators are really annoying with this weekend when they get hit, not killed. The living models get -2 strength and defense, so that helps a lot. They're annoying to play against. I experienced that lately. And Butcher hits very hard. He's a one-man army, basically. All the models around just helps to deliver Butcher to enemy lines. Once he's there, he's just... you cannot get rid of him. 4 French players in top 8, 3 Chimera players in the top 8, 1 Old Ombre, 1 Brinebloods, 1 Crucible Guard, 1 Dusk and 1 Orgoth. So well done guys, and great job to all the organizers who organized Belgian Masters. I hope I'll be able to come the next year, we'll see. And as I said, at the end, I need to tell you that there was a 12 players Brawlmachine event for 50 points in Virginia, United States. Here you can see the information about the event. If you're interested in playing Warmachine on 50 points, check out those lists. 12 players gathered to play Brawlmachine on 50 points. I'm really happy to see those other formats being played as well. Not only 100 points over and over and over, but here you can see 50-point event. In Belgium you saw the 75-point hardcore event. So that was it. Thank you a lot for staying with me. I hope it wasn't too long and it was entertaining. Let me know if you enjoy this format. It takes some time to prepare. I'm not able to do it every week, now I know that. So please, yeah, let me know if you enjoy it, if you have an idea how to improve it, or is it just fine and you just like watching it. Don't forget to click the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive the notifications. And yeah, thank you, and until next time, play Warmachine and see ya. Cheers!